what's going on? It's over Cass and I'm back with another video. Jennifer reacting to. It seems like it's a Piers Morgan, yeah, whatever, uncensored, whatever. It seems like they say Piers suspended a day until definition of a woman can be restored. War on women. It seems like Piers Morgan is gonna ask this guy what is a woman, because it seems like now in the States, now the definition that we were told at school, like what is a woman, and the biology in the state doesn't apply now, because people are now they think that there's 100 genders, whatever. But then, bro, let's get into the video so that you can hear for yourself, innit? Because this is mad. Yeah.
What is a woman?
It's a woman debate.
We know that Nicola Sturgeon can't answer that. We know Keir Starmer can't answer that. You're the British Prime Minister. What is a woman?
Yeah, of course I know a woman, an adult human female.
It's not difficult, is it, Angelica? I mean,
it seems like it's bad for you to say like a woman is a person who has boobs, whatever. Like a biological woman. You can't say a woman is a woman now. You can't say a woman is a whatever. Like we know as people, like a woman is now. It's more like a debate now in the States. Like every show, when you scroll on TikTok, every time it's what is a woman? What is a woman? What is a woman? What is a woman? Fam, we know what is a woman, fam. If you ask a little kid where I live at, what is a woman, he will tell you, fam. Because this bullshit is just in the States, to be honest.
It's a woman.
Yeah, of course I know a woman, an adult human female.
It's not difficult, is it, Angelica? I mean, that is what a woman is.
I mean, I don't know why you're obsessed with defining it. Like, what is a man? Like, why do you need these arguments?
A man is a male adult human, and that's it.
Right. Okay. I don't know that we need
these are just biological facts, but they're just facts. They're not arguable points, are they?
But I think we have a.
You can't argue something that's there. You know, this woman knows she's a woman, but then she's trying to like beat around the corner. Like a woman is someone who says they are a woman, they identify as a woman. Even now in the States, you can just wake up as a man and be like, nah, I'm a woman now. You can just wake up as a girl and be like, nah, I'm a man now. It's rough. It's mad.
Right to self-identify, and you say you want to. If you'd like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue around
We've
this.
literally just seen a male rapist use that scam to get himself put into a female prison where he could attack vulnerable women.
You see, now, even when a man who was a man raped, raped two or whatever, then after a month, my man changed his identity and said like, now I'm a woman, whatever. I started doing transgender bullshit. You get me? And now he's going to a female prison just because he told the public that now he identifies as a woman. Now he's going to a prison built for women. That's kind of mad. Doesn't make any sense. How he's gonna be graping other women? That's the thing. It doesn't even make any sense. You get me? Let me just watch the video, fam.
Inside a female prison, when even his ex-wife said it was all a scam.
Which is a terrible, very distressing, isolated incident, and I think it's easy to take that and say that means that no one can identify as a woman, and that's not fair.
Incident, though.
But it's
42% of trans-identifying prisoners in prison are in there for sex crimes. There's actually an advantage, evidently, to identifying as a female, because they never identify as male, because somehow male prisons seem less appealing to them. It's really weird. Anyway,
because they know that in the male prison they're gonna get humbled. They're gonna get the same privileges as a women whatever prison, because women are treated in a different way than the male prison. You get me? Now he's trying to like maneuver so that he can get in there, and he's now in a women's prison. That's the thing. Even though he sexually assaulted women. Make that make sense, fam.
Is it limitless, this self-identity?
Yeah, it's limitless.
It's not
like so.
totally limitless.
What's the limit?
When you're talking about International Women's Day, I don't know why we take the conversation around International Women's Day and make it about this.
But if anyone,
There's so many benefits.
if anyone, according to you, can identify as a woman, anyone can, right?
Yeah, it seems like so, fam.
Just literally put their hand up and say I'm a woman.
But it's not an easy thing to do, to go out and...
It's not an easy thing, bruv. They can wake up and be like, nah, I'm a woman now. Nah, I'm a woman. Now I'm a woman. They can... Bruv, there's no logical sense in people like this. He's a grown-ass woman, that's the thing. You hear me? He's a grown-ass woman, he's saying these things like, nah, it's not an easy thing. It seems like my man, for the rapist guy, it was easy, you hear me? But it is what it is. I don't live in the States, so I don't care.
But it's not an easy thing to do, to go out into the
Actually,
world.
it's
very easy.
You might think it's easy to say, but to decide to do that, to say,
What
this
is
is
doing
who,
it involved?
whatever that person decides, but to
Does
go
it
out
always
into the
make-
world and say, I don't identify as perhaps the sex I
So
was
why
born
can't
as,
I
it's not-
identify? Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Firstly, I mean,
I'm serious. If I can identify,
Oh, that finisher was like my mind saying, okay, it seems like everything is now, you can identify as everything. Why can I identify as a black lesbian? That's the main question. Like, if someone can wake up and be like, okay, I identify as this, I identify as this and that. Why can my man identify as a black lesbian? Even though we know he's a man, he's white, or whatever. You get me? But then this gender identity doesn't make any sense. And make it make sense.
black lesbian.
firstly, I mean,
I'm serious. If I can identify anything without any need to prove actually what that is, why can't I, on international women's day, say I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd thing.
I think that's
Thinking about
what.
what
With respect, I think you've already opened the absurdity door by saying it is limitless. You can do what
He
you.
says it's insanity that my man is saying that he's gonna be identified as a black lesbian, but then they opened the door. That's the thing. They opened the door the day they started saying that okay, you can identify as everything that you want to. It seems like it's a free world now. You can do anything, but then I'm glad that where I live at, these things in here no more. That's the thing. And so why am I saying South? Where I live at, we only have gays and lesbians. We don't have transgenders. We don't have this non-binary, this 100 genders. We only know that there's 2 genders, men and women, and then they're gonna be okay. Some people were exception to the rule, the lesbians and the gays only. And we know that there are males and females. You hear me? In the States, you can't even know, fam. You can't even know. That's the thing. Even though I never been there, but then you can't even know if you can identify as everything. Allow me, man.
By saying it is limitless, you can do what you like. Anyone can say, I'm a woman. So I simply ask you, why can't I?
I mean, this point kind of ridicules trans people to an extent.
Actually, I think what you said ridicules trans people. Because actually, people who go through the full process of transition, who actually go through the beautiful sex change, which I don't think you can knock around with original biology, but those who actually go through surgical procedure over a number of years, I've got great respect for that very difficult journey they go on. I have zero respect for people who just wallop their hand up and go, suddenly, I'm a woman, and I want all the rights that a woman has, and I want to compete, say, in sport. I'm a 6'4" athlete, sprinter, swimmer, whatever, who's competed very mediocrely in male sport. I now want to come in and crush women in swimming pools and in sprint.
That's the thing. Now it's getting common. Like a man can say, okay, I'm a woman now, then go and play for a women sports or women. Bro, it doesn't make any sense, to be honest. Because even a person who's like, I don't know, if you can like, this doesn't make any sense. It's starting to confuse me, fam. If a man can just like say, I'm a woman, and he's an athlete, so that means you're gonna go and dominate the other sports. The women, even on the women's side, you get me? It doesn't make any sense.
Events and break all their records, perhaps irrevocably, just by saying, I'm
a
a woman.
woman.
I think that is the absurdity you were talking about. My response was to say, well, if it's limitless, why can't I then say whatever I want to say? And you say immediately, as I knew you would, well, that's ridiculous. But my point is, you were being ridiculous.
Well, that's right. You can think that's ridiculous.
How am I just humble in this
Say, well,
game,
it has
I don't know why I am, but you're not.
I don't think you have to say it's post-op is the only way that someone's allowed to identify
Well,
as
the original standard
It's not
for
us to
the original
decide.
standard for being transgender was being diagnosed with gender dysphoria, which is a legitimate condition. And now it's being, however way you feel. So if you feel
That's what we know, like a person who's like, you can see whatever the actions or whatever, and even the how they behave or whatever. Now it's just how they feel now. How I feel. That's how it goes.
Which is a legitimate condition. And now it's been, however way you feel. So if you feel on Tuesday you're a woman and on Thursday you're a pizza, that's perfectly valid. To you, that's what you can identify as a gender. That's ridiculous. We shouldn't be talking about actual women on International Women's Day. That's not crazy.
I mean, I agree.
That's the thing. They say women, not transgender women, or the people who identify as women. Now, this is getting out of hand.
We shouldn't be talking about actual women on International Women's Day. That's not crazy.
I mean, I agree. But your idea of an actual woman.
The chromosomes. It's
It's an adult female. It's not
The
different.
chromosomes are a pretty good indication.
I don't think you have to be
Bruv, the left are
biologically
confused.
Then you are
The
wrong,
woke are
because then I can
confused.
identify as a fox.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
But again,
man.
it's
That's
an
the
absurd
thing.
point.
How many? Well, let me ask you this, Angelica. How many genders are there?
2.
There are 2 genders. Wow. So you don't believe in transgenders at all?
Well, I think
Humbled. She got humbled, bro. If you've been saying there are 100 genders now, all of a sudden, because you're backed into a corner, you're on the ropes now, you only know two genders. It's weird. Because this thing is an illusion.
Wow. So you don't believe in transgenders at all?
well, I think there
Oh,
are.
hang on. Whoa. There are 2 genders.
It's an illusion.
Well, you've literally just launched this huge defense of transgenderism. Now you've eradicated it.
I think
If there are 2 genders, you mean male and female, right?
there's gender fluidity. I will.
What?
Fluid between what?
Between what?
Between different identities, and we can choose different
You
identities.
see how difficult this is, though?
It is difficult, but I think maybe.
But it's not difficult until you make it difficult. You see, the BBC has done teaching
confused
videos
now.
to 11 and
She's
12-year-olds
confused now, you get
where they
me?
say there are 100 genders. One of them was astrogender, which is an affinity with the stars and the galaxy. My response to that on the last show I did was to say, well, in that case, I identify as a 2-spirit penguin. I was then told I was being ridiculous, but I made the same point. The ridiculousness is the BBC teaching kids there are 100
Who
genders.
decide?
There
Who decide?
aren't. It
Piers
is
won,
absurd.
fam. Yeah, because this thing doesn't make any sense, fam. He's like, no, there's 100 genders now. All of a sudden, because he's back to a corner on the ropes, he said, like, there's 2 genders now. No. But then don't forget to like share comments.